so people roughly around that amount of time. You know, I'll tell you this much: the guy caught me with one hell of a nice freaking hook punch to the body. You know, I tried to answer with a hook punch of my own, but I went for the head. He ducked under it and caught me with a round kick in the gut. I'm like, damn it, this guy's good. You know, you know, because there was a time in the original competition match where we were legit like starting to stalemate each other, pretty much. You know, so you know.
Did the doctor say that you can't do martial arts anymore?
Pretty much, unfortunately. You know, like, I mean, like, specifically what my doctor told me, you know, he says that I could push it if I chose to, and he said I might get maybe another 5-10 years out of it, but he did say it's all but a guarantee that I would be wheelchair bound by the end of that 5 or 10 years. So, yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's alright. I mean, I had a full career as far as I'm concerned, hon. You know, I may not have gotten black belt certification like I was hoping for, but I made quite a few achievements, I'll say, though.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
I'm just... I'm glad that you feel fulfilled.
Well, I mean, I will say this much. I didn't go out the way I'd prefer to for my martial arts career, because the way I'd prefer to go out is at least having achieved my black belt, but the thing is, though, like are going to handle trying to go out the way I want to, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you did your best. That's all that matters.
Well, that's all that can be expected, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so, I don't know. I mean, if nothing else, you know, gaining state champion, gaining the title of two-time state champion in sport karate, though. You know, like top 10 in the state, literally, and that's a big achievement on its own. You know. Like,
yeah, that's awesome.
Because, like, counting for the state of Pennsylvania, I've managed to place in the top 10 of the entire state based off of sport karate standpoints, anyway.
That's good.
And one of the two times I even made it back from the Denmark title. I didn't get to defend it twice, but I got to come back and defend it once, though. But then I couldn't afford the trip and expenses to come back and do it again, so.
Right.
You know, either way, though. Like, pretty much I had to be there yearly to be able to continue defending my title if I wanted to keep it current, pretty much. Like, it doesn't erase that it was cheap, but, like, you know, to keep it intact, I guess you could say.
Right.
You know, so, and again, I made it back for the first year to defend it, but, you know, money was too tight to do it the next year, though.
Right, that's understandable.
Yeah. But either way, again, I may not have gone out the way I wanted to, but I had a full career as far as I'm concerned. But it is what it is ultimately, pretty much.
Yeah.
But, you know, I've had people ask me, do I miss martial arts? Do I miss training and competing? And I've said I absolutely do. But I'm not looking to be wheelchair bound in about 5 or 10 years if I keep with it. So, you know. Again, it is what it is, you know what I mean? The whole career, I would say, though, I didn't get to do things on my own terms, though. But then again, how often do you get to do that in life, right? So, you know. Right, but anyway, I have to broadcast up at 11. I'm going to the bathroom real quick, but I'll see you in there. I'll see you here in just a minute. I'm just about done.
She then decided to engage in a merciless campaign of harassment. Steffen. Tammy Steffen was a local bodybuilder and fitness model, and she had dreams of winning competitions to rise to the top. She owned a gym with another man in the Tampa area. Took down several male bodybuilders as well. Nicole defeated Chris Jericho, Jeff Jarrett, and even Kurt Angle, who had all been world champions at one point. And by the time she left the WWF, she was considered the most dominant female competitor of all time. Chyna had some eccentric and downright shocking things in her personal life, though, and they would change everything the world thought they knew about this bodybuilding champion. Chyna had a sultry side, which included starring in Playboy magazine during this time. She went on to several talk shows in the 2000s and was considered to be a tarnished symbol by the media and the public. Chyna was also all of this cemented Chyna's bad reputation in public. Chyna also had difficulty with other wrestlers in WWE, which came out recently in December of 2022. Chyna had been using steroids recently, and while they canceled, made her moves much more uncontrollable. As a result, Chyna lashed out at fellow female bodybuilders.
Hmm.
promise never came to fruition. It was only further proof that China was an unstable and unpredictable prodigy. And then China's career was tragically brought to an end by substance use. In April of 2016, she was found deceased in her California home. China's manager had become concerned when she didn't post anything online for several days, which was very unlike her. She decided to send someone to check up on her, but it was only
Screaming bat!
China's funeral was massive, including wrestlers and famous celebrities who had all known the star during her life. Afterwards, an autopsy determined the likely cause of her demise. She'd been using several drugs in her body, and they all combined to cause an overdose. Although China was one of the strongest bodybuilders at one point, her struggles with substance use caught up
Pork.
with her. Ernestine,
I screwed it up.
bodybuilders won't break when it comes to their body, and that includes age. That's why Ernestine Shepherd is still a professional bodybuilder at 86 years old. During her decades in the fitness world, she became one of the strongest and most muscular women ever, and her secret was living by a single rule. Everything with dedication, determination, and discipline. How else could she still be lifting weights and rocking a six-pack while in her 80s? Although Ernestine is a staple of the bodybuilding community today, her success has an unusual start. It all began when Ernestine had a full-size conversation with her sister Velvet. The two planned on shopping for bathing suits, but they both felt unsure about how they would look in the clothes. As a result, they pledged to diet and exercise more. This single pledge would lead to a 30-year career with shocking records and awards, and it couldn't even over yet. For the first few years after the pledge, however, this was to change Ernestine more committed to working even harder. Due to this discipline and desire, she began to see large improvements. Ernestine was stronger and
I know.
when she achieved her goals of a healthier and fitter body. She even became an amateur bodybuilder with her sister, and the two entered into some local shows. A sudden tragedy would change everything, though. Ernestine's life on its head. Everything changed for Ernestine when her sister Velvet started morning.
Ultrasonic, huh?
Serious headache, and she even lost vision in one eye. Ernestine called an ambulance, and Velvet was rushed to the hospital. During the entire trip, the sisters stayed by each other's side. While she was making it to the hospital, it was clear that she wouldn't make it. Before Velvet passed away, she reached for her sister's hand, and Velvet gave Ernestine a huge promise to continue the pledge they had made, and to fulfill their bodybuilding dream. Shortly after that, Velvet tragically passed away. Following the tragic passing of her sister, Ernestine resolved to commit herself even more to becoming as fit as possible. Even after she turned 70 years old, Ernestine didn't give up on her dream. Instead, Ernestine hired a personal trainer and started a rough daily training routine to grow even stronger. It
Bastard
was
sword.
hard,
Yes.
but her hard work paid off massively. Ernestine competed against women far younger than her again and again, and every single time she won. Ernestine's record of victories helped her to rapidly shoot up to the top of the ranks, and she became known as one of the most bodybuilders. Ernestine won 2 bodybuilding contests during her peak, as well as a whopping 9 marathons. During 2010, she also got into the Guinness Book of World Records for being the oldest competitive bodybuilder in the world. Years later, Ernestine would also write her very own book describing the secrets to her success. You won't believe the insane things she does to have the body of a 20-year-old in her 80s. According to Ernestine, she follows a completely strict diet that only contains 1,700 calories each day. The diet mainly consists of eggs, plain chicken, vegetables, and liquid eggs. She also plans to start each day by waking up at 3 a.m. to meditate. After every single Ernestine then starts a 3-hour-long run which she keeps to bed. These runs can be as many as 10 or more miles in a single day, which adds up to 70 or 80 miles each week. All of that might be intense, but that's only the start.
Ew, I got slimed.
After that, she does heavy weightlifting for an hour and a half each day to build muscle.
No, I actually don't, hon. I never really understood that, but I always found it comical nonetheless, though, but yeah.
Click here to view NKL bodybuilders. See you there.
Some games have officially started. Who's gonna try to sell? Well, apparently a lot of people. Which is gonna be dope. I can't wait for the main fight with Upward Gohan. It's gonna be great. This is a nice appetizer. It's a nice appetizer for the main course. So let's get into it. Let's just start. Come on. It's gonna be great.
No, not that way. Not. Oh, God damn it. Whatever. Well, there's not a huge item in there anyway. Uh-oh. Hmm. 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 Interesting. Shit. No, that's what we're not hoping at that. Huh. See if I can go back for that item I missed on the way through. There we go. Body purifier. Okay, good. Mm. Interesting. Oh, we got a Slimer again. Well, he's just called Slime, but yeah. Bye. Okay. item box is full, apparently. Let's fix that, shall we? But yeah, that sounds about right, and yeah, it's pretty accurate too. There we go. There we go. Ah, the ugly balloon chose to run away. Okay. There we go. Let me see if I can get it.
Hello?
Hello, this is Thomas Sorg. I was calling in regards to the, Puggle that I was told you guys were looking to rehome.
Oh, I'm sorry. He was just rehomed.
Okay, no problem. I just wanted to check to see what the availability was on that.
Okay, well, thank you.
Alright, no problem. Thank you. Alright, bye. Wow, a lot of spark plants with this shit. Yeah, that opened up some. You slimy. Hit the Slimer with an arrow. I did, yeah. He was just rehomed, so. But yeah, I figured I'd give it a shot at this point. It's okay, hon. Honestly, as much time as it's been, I had a feeling it would have been by now. I had a feeling they probably rehomed the dog by now, to be honest. Where are you located? February 2023. Yeah. Yeah, we'll figure something out at some point, though, hon, I'm sure. Come here, you goony bastard. Yeah, that frog-looking thing, hon, I gotta catch him. Gotcha. I had to chase him down a bit, but I got him. And he drops that and takes off. Poison guard. Oh, hell yeah. That would be immensely, immensely helpful. Let's set that up before we go anywhere, really, here. Poison guard. Mm-hmm. I'd say so, yeah. Alright, yeah, I've got my switch that. There we go. Yep, nothing doing back there. I forgot he's an airborne enemy, so that makes that a possibility there. See if Lobbits can hit him. Oh good, Lobbits can hit him. Excellent. Shauna, shoot the ugly balloon, would you please? Thank you. Yes. 27 out of 80, 31 out of 40. Okay, so the additions are just about ready. That's not gonna work. That's gonna lower my stats rather than help them, so nah. Oh, we got one more random battle before we get to the next area. Okay. Alrighty. Slimy, you're first. Bye-bye. Guardian of the Cave. It's coming. Eurobolus. That is the name of the Guardian of the Cave, hun. Mm-hmm. That's your obelisk, the guardian of the cave, honey. And that's poison. Oh crap, I gotta do something about that now. Mm-hmm. I saw that, hun. I mean, I saw the $200 some though, and I'll be honest, hun, I can't afford that. Yep. Well, Sean, I can hit him that way. I mean, I appreciate it, hun. I really do. I can't afford that kind of money. Not in one shot, anyway. Let's see. What can I come up with? Well, we gotta get that poison off of Dart first thing. There's that. Poison! Yep. Okay, he is a earth type, so I need a wind type attack if I have it. Don't think I do. It'll do some damage to him either way, though. back on ground level, so now I can do this. No way, I'm not gonna be able to do that. That's a big boy. Fire away. And we got him. Ooh, War God's Amulet. Yes, that's a valuable item. Ah. Well, I don't want to explain that yet, hun, because that'll ruin a lot of the story. And I'd rather I don't ruin that for you, because this is a very intricate story. You slimy. Cause yeah, there's all the entire game pretty much all ties together into one big story, hun. But it's one of those kind of games you got to see it from beginning to end, and you pretty much have to retain a majority of what goes on for the most part in order for the story to make sense at the end of it. Who's this? Oh, okay. Hello?
Hello, is this Thomas?
This is him, yes.
Hey, this is Daniel McMahon. I have the Beagle.
Oh, yeah. Can I ask where you guys located? I mean, I know I think it's DuBois, PA, if I remember right.
Yes. Where are
Okay.
you from?
I'm from St. Mary's, Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not overly too far, but yeah.
Yeah.
So, out of curiosity, on the idea of cost, well, I guess the first thing, is there anything I should be aware of as far as the vehicle goes, like certain things it'll eat versus won't, stuff like that?
No, so we've been having her eat. You asked for eating, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like...
Yes, we have her on IMS food. But you can train, her stomach seems to be fine on pretty much anything she eats, because we transitioned her from the food that she was on to IMS pretty quick. Within a day or two, she was fine with it.
That was a quick transition, nice.
Yeah, if you want to transition her to whatever food you want to feed her,
Yeah.
we did half and half for a couple days, and then I went a quarter. Yeah, she likes the crunchy things.
Well, yeah, I mean, at least until my money comes in for the month, then I'll go from there, obviously. But yeah, like I'm just saying, I already have food for her and other such already set up anyway.
Right.
Yeah, so.
She's crate trained. Like whenever I leave the house, I don't let her run around too often. But I just tell her to go in her crate. She goes in, lays down, I shut the door. She usually sleeps, and then, I take her out on walks, and she'll do her business, and then, she's a nice dog, though.
Yeah, I mean, I skimmed over the description you had there, and I mean, it seems pretty promising from what I read as well there.
Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, as far as like vaccines and shots and such, is she what's the status with that one?
Yeah, I forgot, actually, if you should have put that on. She's fully vaccinated, up to date on her shots.
Good.
She is microchipped. What else, Lori? Yeah, she's fixed.
If I remember correctly, you guys said it was free to a good home, or did I misinterpret that? Just to make sure I know.
No, it's free to a good home. We're not going to charge anybody as long as she goes to a good home.
Well, yeah. I just wanted to make sure I understood that correctly from the list in there.
Yeah. We're not sure how she does with cats. We don't have any cats around. But she's good with other dogs, and she's pretty much good with any human. Like, the one thing she doesn't like when you first get her, she doesn't like getting like scared from behind or coming up from behind and like not touch her, but
like pretty
on
much
her tail or something.
Yeah, like pretty much let her know you're back there before you approach her, essentially.
Yeah. Another thing, she's food aggressive towards other dogs. So if you have another dog, I'll just feed her separate.
I mean, I don't, but a lot of my family has various types of dogs, so that's going to be good to know.
Yeah, like she eats, we feed her a cup a day, or a cup in the morning, cup in the evening. And she's a pretty good eater, she'll eat it. We don't do any table giving her any scrap food, so we don't know how she would do on that.
Yeah, I mean, I figure it's probably best to keep away from that one, if anything, though.
Yeah.
I mean, so many different things can react so many different ways with animals,
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, on that note, I mean, I can set up a ride to come down and pick her up if you guys prefer, or if you're available. I mean, whichever way you guys want to do it.
Yeah, hold on a second. Uncle, what'd you say, Lori? Can't hear you. Yeah. Hold on.
Mhm.
I didn't hear back yet. Alright, yeah, we had, I was just talking to my wife. We had another lady inquire, but she hasn't gotten back to us yet either, so, what were you thinking?
I mean, like, I assume if it was going to be today, I figure for convenience sake I'd come down and get her just so that it's, because that's kind of a drop of the dime kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'd prefer to pick her up today if possible, but again, like I said, I'd rather, not inconvenience you guys that badly and, with that quick of a,
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Are you available possibly tomorrow, though?
yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
Okay. Just give me a call in the morning or whatever, and we'll set something up then.
Alrighty. Any preferred time? I mean, because I know some are up early, some not morning people. I'm not a morning person, I will say.
I'm retired, so whatever, pretty much.
Alright, because I'm usually up roughly around 6:30, 7 o'clock, depending on how early I have to be up, if I have to for something specific.
Yeah.
But
Anytime's fine.
Alrighty. I mean, because keep in mind, as far as, like, for me getting a ride down there, like, I have my driving permit, but I would have to set something up for that on top of that, though, because I'm not legal to drive alone, that's the thing.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I'll get something figured out today, and I'll give you a call tomorrow, and we'll go from there, though.
Alright, sounds good.
Alrighty, thank you.
Alright, thanks.
Yep, bye. Awesome. Now I just gotta figure a way down there. I have a feeling that figuring out a ride shouldn't be too difficult, though. Let me see here, I'll call my dad real quick. I'll be on the game, but I gotta talk with him about what just took place here a minute ago. I had a feeling you would. That's why I kept it unmuted, hon.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
Hey, I decided to go a different route than the Humane Society, by the way, for the potential pet thing, Dad. And that was mainly because I called them shortly after I got off the phone with you this morning. And what they were talking about, a rough idea for cost on the idea of adoption, was between $180 to $220.
Okay.
Like, verbally I was polite, but in my head I'm like, I understand that's a relative price, but you know what I mean?
Okay.
So, but anyway, I did find this website called petclassifiedads.com, and there's a beagle that's free to a good home. So I messaged the person that's trying to rehome the beagle, and pretty much, long story short, I got the information about the beagle, such and such, and pretty much what the information is from what it was explained to me is that the dog's up to date on her vaccine shots, everything's up to date there. And it's a female, by the way. She's crate trained, house trained. She is food aggressive, though, which I told the guy was actually good to know, considering that the family has so many other dogs between us. So knowing ahead of time that the beagle is food aggressive, that's where I was like, okay, good, that's good to know ahead of time. Like, I assume you know what food aggression means, right, Dad?
Well, you'll take food off the table.
No, pretty much what it means, Dad, because on the idea of table food, they did tell me that they kind of kept the dog away from table food, and I intend to stick with that same idea, just because the dog's already familiar with that.
Okay.
But what I mean by food aggressive is, like, say for example, like, say, I don't know, like, say one of Rachel or Tom's dogs. Say we're down at the camp and I have the Beagle down there. It's a similar issue like what we had with Cookie and Psycho. You know what I mean? Like not strictly, but like the dog's very territorial about its food. Is the long story short of it. Like say for example, like say if one of the other dogs, like we're down at camp, comes over and gets too close to the Beagle's bowl. I was told that food aggression means that that dog might try to fight the other dog to keep it away from its food.
Okay.
So again, that's why I say that that's good to know ahead of time.
Yep.
You know, so that we can not have two dogs scrap if we can help it. You know.
Okay.
So, but other than that, up to date on vaccine shots. I know I covered that one, but I just wanted to reiterate that.
How old's the dog?
From what I understand, 2 years old, and pretty much
Is it neutered?
It is, yes. Yeah, that's like it's neutered, it's shots and vaccines, like everything vet-wise from what I was told is up to date all the way around.
Okay.
So and so other than that, the cellar's located in DuBois, PA, just so you're aware of where we'd have to go for this, because because here's the thing is, since I wanted to pick up the dog we have it set tentatively for tomorrow, but I'd have to figure a way down there. Like again, Dad, I have the food and leashes, such and such. I have a decent foundation to base from, is what I mean.
Okay.
So like food, water, other such needs. Like I may not be significantly built up, but I've got a significant enough of a foundation, like that should get me through until the first, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So pretty much the seller told me to call tomorrow and we'll set something up. So that's where we stand with that, as far as I know so far.
Well, when you say a seller, what do they want?
Well, no, I mean, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have worded it that way, but, like, I guess the pet owner would be a better way to put it, because they're not asking for any money.
Why do they want to get rid of the dog?
Well, from what I understand, they're retired, and plus it's an allergy thing, as far as I gather, was the biggest thing, So, like apparently they're allergic to the dogs, at least that's what was told to me, anyway.
And,
So,
what's the dog's name?
Nellie, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you gonna tell Rachel?
I mean, I do want to approach her about it. I just, I want to try to gauge when a proper time is, because, again, like, I want to keep her in the loop, but I'm not looking to get snapped off at if we can help it. Which I get is going to be difficult to help, given lately, I understand that, so... It's just, I guess for a lack of better wording, I'm trying to figure out how to approach her without conveying the idea that I went over her head on this one. Which, to be fair, I kind of did. I'll give you that. But you know what I mean?
How so?
Well, I mean, I feel like I did because I went and talked about this and tentatively have plans set up. To me, I feel like I went over Rachel's head by doing that. Because I hadn't texted her between this morning and now to let her know of anything that's transpired today. And I mean, I don't know if she'll take it as me going over her head about this, but that's what I'm trying to avoid, is what I'm saying.
Okay, so how do you want to do this? You want to ride down to DuBois? You want to tell her before, or what?
Well, I would prefer to tell her before we go to pick up the dog. If nothing else, so that she's in the loop about it, yes.
Well, then why don't you text her and tell her everything?
Well, my thing is...
Call.
Well, I mean, is she working today, do you know, Dad?
I'm sure she is.
Well, yeah.
I thought I heard the kids downstairs. I don't know.
I don't know, but either way, though, Dad, like, I guess you could say I'm kind of walking on eggshells as far as how I want to approach this, but I do feel it would be proper to tell Rachel before we go to pick up the dog, though. You know what I mean?
Do you want me to intervene?
Well, could I have you run the idea by her, and if she has any questions that you're not sure how to answer, then send her my way and I'll talk with her about it? Would that be alright?
But I'm going to have to tell her that you've made a verbal commitment for tomorrow.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but again, and she's probably going to take that as I went over her head. I'm expecting that, honestly, Dad, but, again, I'd rather at least tell her rather than have her... say, come over someday after I've picked up the dog, and then, who's this? Whose dog is this, and why is it here? You know.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather not do that to her. Is what I mean. You know.
All right. Well, I'll
You know,
try to
so-
give her a call.
Yeah. Like if anything, maybe just a voicemail to give her. If she doesn't answer anyway, which given what time it is, I'm thinking she's probably still on the clock. Is my bet. So, and that with that being the case, I would actually say that you know, like if she doesn't answer, then you know at least leave her a voicemail with a brief rundown of the transpiring of events that have happened today. I guess we could say.
All right. Okay.
You know, at least so that she's aware to a degree is what I mean. You know, like so she's not going into this blind when she meets the dog. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right.
You know, because again, Dad, like you know, I got it. Like I said earlier, my patience is wearing thin with her, but I'm trying my damnedest to be as patient and understanding as I can muster with her. I promise.
Okay.
I still am, and I will continue to do so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll let you know how I make out.
Alrighty, and like I said, Dad, if Rachel has any questions that you don't feel like you're able to answer, then send her my way, and I'll clarify anything that she may or may not want to know.
Okay. All right.
Alrighty, and we'll go from there pretty much. So, yeah. Alrighty, and alright. So I guess are we gonna take the ride tomorrow to go get the dog? Do you think? Or like,
Yeah. Unless there's some problem with Rachel, and yeah.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest, Dad, I think this may be my paranoia talking, but I can see having to clarify, maybe clear up context in a few areas. I don't know.
Well, let's just
You
take
know.
one step at a time.
Well, yeah.
Well,
I'm just, you
I'll
know,
get a hold of Rachel. We'll talk now.
yeah,
Get everything ironed out, then we'll figure out a time to go pick up the dog.
yeah. Like, because, I mean, if Rachel's okay with it and if she's available, you know, with her scheduling, I mean, I'd prefer that she's present just, you know, so that she's there, and if she has any questions, she can ask the person directly, you know what I mean? Like I figure she'd prefer that as well, if possible, but, you know, again, with her working this week, I'll be honest, I doubt we're going to be able to coordinate it that way.
Yeah, unless you go at night after work or something, maybe watch the kids.
Well, something of that, yeah, like, I mean, if we can set it up that way, then absolutely, I'd prefer it that way, but, you know.
Okay, well,
You know.
I'll get back to you.
You know, just so that if Rachel has any questions that she'd like to ask the current pet owners, like to them directly, you know, then at least, you know, try to afford her that opportunity is what I mean.
Okay, all right.
You know, so other than that, I'll wait to hear from you and we'll go from there, right?
Yep.
Alrighty, thanks, Dad.
Great.
All right, bye. Alrighty, back to the game. Sorry, hon, I had to make sure information got to where it needed to go regarding that situation. Oh yeah, it's in there, that's why I couldn't find it. Gotta pull this damn guide up again. Oh, shit.
This podcast is brought to you by Square.
God, that was loud.
Runs best when everything and everyone works together. Square's integrated point of
Here
sale
we go.
system offers one central place to keep cash flowing.
Plan to spend their summer cycling across the United States, but their trip came to a premature and traumatic end. They were attacked by an unknown axe or hatchet man while camping at Flying Falls State Park. The police failed to make an arrest, so years later, Terry decided to investigate for herself. So, what happened?
Okay, pulling up the guide I need here, by the way, hon.
Stay with me this one and find out. Welcome back to this one, my friends, and welcome if you're new. Dan story of
Okay.
Falls Axe Attack. Now, this is definitely a little bit different from my typical video that I'm covering when it comes to wilderness crime. This story, when I found it, is definitely.
I mean, honestly, I can see there being some hiccups with Rachel since I haven't said a whole lot to her about it, but like my dad said, we'll cover that as we go.
Here, fall asleep during your Monday morning Zoom workout.
Scale armor, yes please.
Sunday scaries are this
And he already has scale armor.
About work or just life in general. Unfortunately, though, we feel that same victim stuff Sunday scaries CBD gummies were made to defeat the crap life throws at us. These are the perfect CBD gummies for professionals on the grind. Party animals were bet for drug sexers and everyone in between. I have a hard time relaxing myself, but my hectic work schedule, reporting and researching scary stories with you guys on a daily basis, it really is hard to shut my brain off and shit. I overthink and stress myself.
Okie dokie, honey.
Scaries and deliciously cute vitamin boost CBD gummies are my must-have because they actually work and show me out that.
Uh-oh. Hey, Rachel.
Hey, sorry I didn't get back to you yesterday. I was not feeling well, and I pretty much slept most of the time and trying to take care of the boys.
Well, yeah, that's understandable there. I had a feeling there was a reason for it. I do have an update for you as far as the potential pet thing goes. I don't know if Dad got a chance to talk to you yet at all, but he said originally he was going to talk to you about it, fill you into a degree. Okay, so I went onto this website called, well, let me pull it up to make sure I have the name right first here. So, because it's an online classified ad for rehoming pets. Simply put, it's petclassifieds.com. Okay. And there was this dog I found that really caught my interest. It's a beagle, by the way. There was a brief rundown, by the way, like the dog's crate trained, house trained. Dog is about 2-3 years old, roughly, if I remember correctly. And also, let me think here, is food aggressive, by the way, and I did tell the current owner that was good to know ahead of time. Yeah, if another dog gets too close to the bowl, it might fight the dog to keep it away from its food, Yeah. So, and again, with all the different dogs among us, like relatives, such and such, that's really, really good, I think, to know ahead of time.
Yeah.
So, well, for a number of reasons, really, but yeah. But anyway, though, as far as vaccines and shots, all of that stuff, as far as I was told by the person, is that all the vaccines, like everything regarding the vet, is up to date all the way around. To put it simply, is what I was told. Like vaccines, boosters, shots, everything's up to date, as I was told.
Okay, what about spayed or neutered?
Spayed or neutered has been done, yes. It is a female dog, by the way, to clarify that one as well.
Okay.
So,
do you understand that beagles, they get loud when they bark, and they need a lot of exercise?
Well, I figure, because I actually did some research on beagles before I messaged the seller, and I mean, the activity thing I did see, and I'll be honest with you, I thought to myself, well, this will give me more of a reason to get out of the house more often, if nothing else. So, I mean, I know that's not the only reason for it. I'm just saying that would serve a good purpose for that too, though. So, because again, I barely go anywhere, and I mean, a lot of that's by choice. Don't get me wrong, but this will give me a reason, among other things, to get out and about more often, though.
But, with a beagle, I'm just going to let you know, you won't be able to let it out like Cookie.
Well, yeah, definitely not. Because if I remember correctly, wasn't one of our childhood dogs, Sasha was a beagle,
yeah,
if I remember.
Sasha was a beagle.
Oh, yeah. Well, then, yeah, that already gives me a decent knowledge base, more or less. Like, for example, if they see a chance to run similar to like how Oreo did, for example, he bolted as soon as he saw he might have an opportunity.
Yeah.
So in other words, what that translates to me is if I'm taking the beagle outside for whatever reason, it's not to roam free, because it will more than likely take off running.
Yes.
Okay, so, and before I forget, the person told me the beagle is microchipped as well. I just recalled that one, yeah, so real quick, theoretically, and I already ran all this by Dad just so that he was in the loop as well, and he said that because we have tentative plans to go to get the dog tomorrow, but the thing I said to Dad was that if we could work it, I would hope that, like, if we can bring you along, like, say you can ask questions of the person directly, you know, like, to afford you that opportunity.
I can't do that. I work until 6 tomorrow.
Alrighty. Is there any? Well, I mean, if you want, could you text me any questions you'd like to ask the seller? Then I'll ask them, and then well, not the seller, but you know. So.
We needed to sit down and go over paying down debts and everything like that, and I thought the plan was we were going to sit down and have that conversation here before going and getting a pet.
Well, that was the original plan, but I actually was talking with my therapist over the last couple of sessions, and you know, I did tell her that I feel like my mental health could benefit from it, and I mean, I told her that was our original plan before we went the dog route, and not saying that she told me to go ahead or anything, no. It's just, you know, pretty much she told me, like, essentially if it feels like it's going to benefit you, you know, do what you feel you need to, I guess.
But the problem is, it's good to do what you feel when you can, but we need to make sure we can financially take care of the dog first.
Well, yes, that's very true.
Because we wouldn't want to put them in a situation or feel like you need to be happy.
Number one, I mean, well, I do have, like I said, I have food and such, but I know long term that doesn't speak for anything. I know that. But I was basing off of the experience I've had with Cookie through the budget, you know what I mean? But if I remember correctly, would a beagle be like a medium dog, am I right on that?
It would be about a medium dog, so it wouldn't, from a food standpoint, you're still going to be looking at an increase. But the thing is, right at this point, you're not doing martial arts, so that frees up money.
Well, true, yes.
As long as you're not spending it elsewhere, but I'm just concerned, like, how much is the rehoming and everything be from this owner?
From this owner? That's the thing, is I did ask them how much they wanted, and because it said free to a good home on the listing, and I wanted to verify if that was true or not. And it turns out it is, apparently. Like, they said they're not asking for any money, they just wanted to go to a good home, is all I was told. So, you know, I'll be honest, it seemed like a shot at, that was I don't want to say optimal, but, you know, cost wise, at least in that event specifically, it seemed like a better opportunity.
Okay, well, the thing is, you need to understand, like, this dog won't be able to be in a crate for long periods of time.
Well, this is true. Yeah. Like, say, for example, like, now, this is just to make sure I understand correctly. Like, say if I go with Jim, like, say, for a couple hours or something, that might be alright, but, like, most of the day is a no-go, though, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like,
that is correct.
Right, because they did tell me the dog's house-trained and, crate trained as well, like literally to the point where, like, the seller told me that he tells the dog verbally crate or go to your crate or something, and the dog knows what that means. So,
yes,
but now
also,
whether that's going to work with me or not remains to be seen. I think anyway.
Correct, and there is going to be a transition period, and another thing that's going to be an issue is how much. I don't know how many accidents Cookie had in the house, and if it's been carpet scrubbed, because if they have different scents on that carpet already, you're going to have
a turf war of sorts, pretty much, right? Like, because I'm sure the scent of another dog will be there still to some degree, at least by a dog's sense of smell standards.
But it does need to be scrubbed.
Well, yeah, that's I actually picked some up yesterday. That was more specifically, Jim offered to pick me up some what the hell is it called? It's that aerosol can that's, oh my god, what the hell is it called?
Something that's different.
Well, no, it wasn't Febreze. It was some kind of rug cleaner or something, but it was in an aerosol can. Like, it wasn't meant to make it smell good. It was actually a cleaning thing of some sort. I can't remember for the life of me what the hell it was called. But, so I was actually planning on spraying and scrubbing the rugs, the carpeting out here today, in preparation for tomorrow. Which, again, isn't guaranteed just yet, by the way, but,
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think, do you even have enough food to last until you get your paycheck and everything?
I believe so. Because, you remember the food that I would use for cookie, right? I have, out in the kitchen, I basically have pretty much, it's not an unopened box, but there's been like maybe 2 or 3 pouches that were taken out of it before things happened with Cookie, and it's like I want to say 35 or 40 count pouch that's in there. So I have, provided my math's right, 3 minus that 35 or 40, whatever it is, So there's a decent amount of food, like, to get us through to the first, if nothing else, yes. So, I have enough to be able to handle that, at least going into the first, if nothing else, yes.
Okay.
And I mean, going forward from there, obviously that falls to me to be responsible with my money, and if I need anything further for this dog, get that covered.
Yeah.
Because one thing, like I said, I have a leash and other such, but, say for example, I don't know how big a difference there may be in toys between this dog to Cookie. There's a lot to it, I know, but this is just my brain trying to cycle the different ideas, like trying to prioritize what will need to be more immediately tackled versus what theoretically could wait to a degree,
And here's the deal. If you're going to, it's down the road, but if you're planning on going to the wedding in Buffalo and the wedding down in Georgia, there's boarding.
And not only that, well, for one thing, I would assume that I'm probably not going to be able to bring the dog with, obviously, because, number one, we're probably going to be, I would assume, put up in a hotel of some sort, and most hotels, to my knowledge, are no pets policy, yes.
Yeah, we're not going to be taking
Well, no, I don't plan to either way. I'm just saying that's my understanding of most hotel policies, though. I figure, what that comes down to me for those weddings upcoming is pretty much, simply put, what it comes down to in my head is if I can't find a babysitter for the dog, or I can't find someone to look after the dog in some context, then I don't go. That's about as simple as it's going to have to be, whether I like it or not.
Yeah, well, and you also have a hotel fee for Becca's, at least for right now. We don't know with Adams what the fee is yet.
Well, yeah. So, I mean, and so that's on the idea of, obviously putting back money for that one, while also making sure that, the dog has what it needs as well, obviously, yes. So, but yeah, again, I understand we'll cover that as we go, but it's just, I understand it's not something I want to take nonchalantly, is what I mean. So, does that make sense? I don't know. I'm trying to explain, and I'm not sure if I'm conveying it the way I want to.
I think this is a very impulsive, I understand that you found a dog, you feel like it's going to be a good fit and everything.
Yeah.
I'm just concerned that this is happening quicker than you're looking at your finances, making sure that everything's all situated. That's where my concern is.
Well, and that's fair enough and definitely legitimate to a degree. I mean, would it be all right by you if, say we can treat this as pretty much, I'm not going to say a trial run because that's not how we do this, but you get what I mean, though, not a trial. I know that it's I get the dog, I make it work. That's how that has to go once that's done. I know. I'm trying to find the right words, and I keep tripping over my own thoughts here, trying to convey it the way I want to. So I don't know. But my point being is I understand that, yes, I do agree, number one, that this was impulsive, but also that...
Is there any way you can see about them holding the dog for a couple more days for you to be able to manage to get everything done at home?
I can try for it. I'm not overly confident in the idea, but I'll give it a go, yeah.
I'm just...
Well, yeah, I understand.
I want you. I don't want you to be set up for failure with trying to impulsively try and get everything ready, and you're not doing a full kind of clean down of the house and everything, and it makes it where the dog comes into smells that it doesn't need to, and
True.
Sets it up for more failure than success.
Well, yeah. Offhand, the only thing I can think of offhand pretty much is, obviously scrubbing the carpeting. I can't really think of anything else offhand I would need to do, but,
you need to clean all of Cookie. If you're going to use Cookie's bed, you would have to wash that. If you're going to give them Cookie's toys, you need to put that through the wash.
All right.
That's the same for the leash. Everything needs cleaned.
All right. Well, I'll make sure to tackle that stuff today then. Pretty much.
But it's not just downstairs for carpet, it's also upstairs and the steps.
Right.
So it is a pretty big feat.
Yeah. Well, I've got some decent amount of time and not a whole lot going on today, so I do have a pretty decent chunk of time to devote to that.
Okay, well, it's already 4:20, 4:30, so...
Well, it sounds like I better get off my ass and get moving then, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll talk with Dad and see about... the house needs to be really cleaned and scrubbed, and I don't know, do you have a carpet scrubber?
I do. I believe I have some soap, I don't know if it's detergent soap. I have the stuff the cleaning solution for it, we'll just say for simplicity. I do have that somewhere. It's in the kitchen under the sink, I believe.
Well, I would double check and make sure you have enough of it, because if you have to carpet scrub the whole house, and I would even include, if Cookie was on the couch and everything, couch cushions, it's...
Well, I plan on the idea of that, a full-on whole house thing for that, furniture, carpeting, floor. Everything Cookie's been on or been around, I plan on doing that too, yeah. So, just to pretty much, again, take care of that issue as closely as possible anyway.
But, that's a lot of stuff to try and do in a short period of time.
Well, I'm just saying, when I've gotten a lot done in a short period when I really put my mind to it. Now, that doesn't guarantee it's going to get done, obviously, but I'm going to make an honest effort, let me tell you that, if nothing else. If it makes you more comfortable about the idea, can I, get done what I'm able to do, and then, say, 7, 8 o'clock or 9, I text you and, give you a rundown of everything I got done and see what you think of it at that point, I guess?
Yep, that works.
All right. I'll take care of as much as I can between now again and, I don't know, would 8 or 9 o'clock be all right for a timing?
It's 9 o'clock's fine.
Okay, so once it comes around that time, I'll shoot you a text with a list of everything I accomplished, and, we'll go from there on that one.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Sounds good.
Other than that, the seller did tell me to call them sometime tomorrow, though, and we'll figure something out. But again, I'm going to call them and see if it's possible, if they can hold until the 1st, and see if we can do it that way. But again, I'm not
confident. That way, that gives you a little bit more time and everything.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and again, don't get me wrong, I'm not confident on that being able to work. But again, I'll give it a go and let you know what comes out of it, though.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yep. And before I forget, did you get my text? Oh yeah, you did get my text about the Dropbox with the paperwork and the receipts, right?
Yeah, I didn't get to it though, so I hope it's really wrapped up.
Well, I actually just got it out of the Dropbox this morning, so it's currently in my kitchen currently.
Okay, well, I'll have to coordinate it a different time. Right now I need to go get the boys and deal with some other stuff, so.
I can walk it up to your place, sometime tomorrow, perhaps, after the whole whatever is going on is done with. If that's all right.
I don't get home until at least 6 tomorrow, and it could even be later than that. It all depends on patients and stuff, so it's really, I will get it whenever I'm able to. It's not something that is an emergent need. You just need to keep it up somewhere.
Right. Well, yeah, that's not going to be a problem there. The receipts, by the way, one of them came from the dispensary. This was actually about a month or 2 ago. The last one before I was able to get receipts consistently to you, that was where that one's from. It has the date and everything on it. It's from Curaleaf, but yeah. So it has all the information there, when that took place, though. So there's one receipt for that, and the other receipt, it was regarding my food stamps, either from Save-A-Lot or Walmart or Dollar Tree, one of those 3.
Okay, sounds good.
But yeah, just so you know what those are about, though.
Okay.
And as far as the paperwork goes, I don't know what the abbreviation SSP means, but it mentions like what I got for 2022 for that benefit though. Like
so that's
the
probably it's stuff to file taxes, but because you didn't make any income, you don't have to file taxes.
right. So
But you have to keep record of it. So just
Right.
keep it with that stuff. I'll keep it with all of your information.
alrighty.
All right.
Other than that, and we'll just keep with the Dropbox for that, right?
Yeah, I'll let you know whenever I'm able to come and pick it up.
Alrighty.
For you to put it in the Dropbox.
All right. Yeah, then I'll get out there and put that in, and we'll get that squared away. Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty. So other than that, I'm gonna wrap up this level I'm on, which will take about not even 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna get to work here.
Okay, sounds
So,
good.
and like I said, around 9 o'clock, I'll shoot you a text with the list of everything I got done, and we'll go from there. So.
Sounds good.
Alrighty. Thanks, Rachel.
Yep. Bye.
Bye. Well, hon, you know, no rest for the weary, as they say, I suppose. So, I'm gonna wrap this up, and then I gotta get to work on this shit. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Let me save you 25% with this discount. Visit SundayScaries.com and use my promo code SWAMP for discount. That's promo code SWAMP for 25% off at SundayScaries.com. The Trans-American Trail leads from the east coast of the United States to the west. Although some people like Terry Chance and Avery Goldman want to travel west to east, the length of the trail varies depending on your route, but most sources claim it's somewhere around 4,200 miles, with adventurers completing an average of 200 miles per day. Less experienced hikers might be traveling.
Well, she is, but I understand she wants to be prepared for this dog coming in. I understand where she's coming from, but I do agree she is making this pretty difficult, but, you know, legitimately so to a degree, yes, but... Yeah, yes and no on that, yeah. Like, I understand, it's one of those things where I understand it, but it doesn't mean I agree with it fully either. Like, I agree with it to a degree, I'll give her that, but... You know, again, you know, beggars can't be choosers, especially in this case for me right now. That's pretty much the way I'm looking at it.
Adventurers might come up against snow. Terrain might be challenging as it landscapes.
Hey, but this is gonna be fun though, right? Okay. I can tell you, hon, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be sore as shit by the end of this. But, you know, for that beagle, I think it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it, I say. Because, I mean, would I believe to a degree that I may have bitten off more than I can chew? I mean, to a degree, yes, I would say yeah, to a degree on that one. You know, but, you know. Point is, hun, as far as I go, in my experience in life, if you want something out of life, you gotta put out some in order to get it, and even more so to keep it. I don't like it, but that's pretty much how it is, though. It will be by the end of it. I'm pretty sure it will be, hun. Plus, I'm looking for pictures of the dog now so I can send you a few, if anything, hun. I just gotta try to find it here real quick, though. Where are you?
But we're going to move on to the practice run of the trial. Neither Terry nor Avra were experienced cyclists at all, so they decided to do a practice run by taking a weekend trip to northern Haven. This gave them an opportunity to experience cycling long distance before going to that actual 200-mile Trans-American Trail trip. They experienced minor problems on the Haven trip. For example, the chain of Terry's bike kept coming off, but they were still both enthusiastic about undertaking the long summer trip when they made it to their campsite. However, I think in hindsight, the pair knew David Tripp could be seen as an eerie foreshadow of events to come, because they were harassed by a drunken man shortly after arriving at the campground. They decided to put up their tent in the door facing the woods as opposed to the pier.
Alrighty,
in hopes
so
that this would make it more difficult to retrieve the man to find the safe encouragement very much sinister intentions. That's weird, Mr. Somebody aggressively shook the tent. They yelled at the intruder to leave them alone or to go away. The person did eventually leave without getting inside of the school. It might have been the drunken man from earlier, but they didn't see the nighttime there, so it could have honestly been anybody else. They didn't want to let this bad experience stop them from taking their summer trip, but they decided to enter the site of caution by camping only at official campsites where they were likely to see other campers as some sort of safety net. They also planned to avoid camping close to roads where passing cars would be able to see their tent. They really were trying to put their brains together. It was a big group, so they weren't caught off guard anymore. But now, as summer begins, they begin by traveling to Astoria by bus in Oregon to start the transit to Treasure. Terry and Avram, not to talking to Mark and Kathy, a married couple who were also moved to Astoria to cycle to Treasure. Terry and Avram went ahead because Mark and Kathy's wives had got lost. But Mark and Kathy were more experienced riders, so they caught up with the girls the next day. Terry and Avram broke their own rules by camping near roads and at non-official campsites when they were with Mark and Kathy as they felt safer to
2 years ago.
However, a week into the trip, Terry and Avram were starting to struggle. They were worried about holding a play possible. So on June 22nd, they agreed to split up and meet again the following day. Because Terry and Avram were going to spend the night without Kathy and Mark, it was important to them to camp at an official campsite. They cycled to Klein Falls Park, where their guide proclaimed overnight camping was permitted, but when they got there, they found signs saying that the park was for daytime use only. Klein Falls State Park, also known as Klein Falls State Scenic Viewpoint, is a 9-acre park located near the Shoals River, approximately 4 miles west of Redmond, Oregon. Terry and Avram considered cycling another 10 miles to the campsite in Redmond, where they knew Mark and Kathy were staying. They were tired of the day of cycling, and exhaustion created tensions between them. Avram was keen to go on to Redmond, whilst Terry wanted to stay at Klein Falls. Avram eventually relented, and they set up camp near the river. They faced the door of their tent towards the river for safety, hoping this would confuse any intruders. Terry and Avram confessed to each other that they felt uneasy and sensing that they were being watched. But they discarded their concerns.
Beginning 11,000 years ago. Oh shit.
They had friends
Years ago is the time the Dragon campaign ended.
who were turning into the
Ooh, you get to hear the tale of the Dragon campaign, honey. This is an interesting story.
He went to bed shortly after these drivers left the bar. But now, this is where things really take a turn for the worse. He realized she was being to death by accident.
As if they were gods, Wingleys ruled over all living creatures and used them as slaves. The enslaved suffered a terrible domination and injustice. Their anger turned to a flame of fury. Then a gust of wind blew throughout the lands, spreading the flame to a blazing fire. The wind was Emperor Diaz. 7 incarnations of dragons served the Emperor. Their bravery inspired people to take up arms. Thus began the Dragon Campaign. It was a harsh war. Both people and Wingleys suffered countless injuries and fatalities. After a long period of suffering, it was the humans who acquired the future. The age of humans had begun.
She realized she was being repeatedly hit with something. She was able to see her attacker now. The vehicle was no longer above her. He had an axe or a hatchet in his hands. She was unable to see his face in the darkness, but she could see his body. He was smartly dressed, wearing about one big black shirt with instead, one leg on either side of Terry's body. As he slowly lowered the weapon from her chest, she grabbed it with her 2 legs and she started to command to take anything he wanted, but please Sometimes also referred to as Darl Gervais, happened to be driving the car. They were shocked by the extent of Terry's injuries. They described her as being drenched in blood from head to toe to the point it was dripping from the end of her hair. They loaded the two women and their belongings into the truck. While they were doing this, a vehicle with glaring headlights stopped nearby. Bill recalled it as a truck, whilst Lou was adamant about it being gone. They were terrified to attack them in return, but whoever it was, they drove away. It is possible the detective came back, but left after seeing Terry and Ava had a no. But I guess
I thought so too, honey.
Terry and Ava to the St. Charles Medical Center in Bend, Oregon. Terry had broken ribs and a broken arm and multiple gashes from the axe or stitches. She also needed a blood transfusion and surgeries to her shoulder,
pretty much.
nose, and forearm. Ava had a skull fracture and was rushed into theater. She survived but was left partially blind. Ava has no memory of the attack. Terry, on the other hand, was able to remember the incident in disturbing detail. She described her attacker to the police as a young man around her age. Although she didn't see the vehicle, she thought it was a truck from the engine noise and because the driver sounded like he was stepping down from a height greater than the car. She said her attacker was probably 5'10" or 5'11", but not fit or muscular. Unfortunately, even after hypnotherapy, she was unable to recall the man's face. Unfortunately, as with some of the minor horribles of this crime on this channel, the police didn't really find much evidence of the scene aside from tire tracks.
Changes it. But it'll be worth it in the end, though, I say. It's a total of 6 here. Oh, I'm willing to bet I'm going to be sore as shit by the end of it, hun, but again, I have a feeling it'll be worth it, though. Get 2 more to grab, and then we'll be up to par on those. To a degree, I'm sure, hun, but she definitely had a solid point when she was bringing that up, though. Because it can be difficult sometimes to find someone to look after the dog. Whee! Okay, so I'm gonna find a safe point, hun, and then get to work here pretty much, because God, I'm not looking forward to it, but damn it, am I thinking it's gonna be worth it, though, and I'm sure it will be. That's not where I want to go.
Another rumor said Dan was flunk in the accident downtown, bragging about it at the time. It's likely neither of these rumors are actually true. Oscar and Electra was Carrie's attacker against Ferry. Ferry spoke to a woman named Julie, who was Dan's girlfriend at the time of the attack. She described him as a heavy, vodka, person party. The day after the client calls attack, her was drowned.
I love you too, honey. I'll call you later after I get this shit taken care of, and if nothing else, we'll talk on the phone before I call it a night. Because I have a feeling this is going to take me a while. So, we'll get it done, though. Alrighty. Alright, I'm going to get to work, hon. I will call you later, and we'll go from there. Alright.